Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin again.
Yes, we are. So the last episode of Bad Men was kind of a mess.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where we're going to be moving forward and resolving some of the complete implosion that happened in the last episode.
Yeah.
Dawn's unraveling is really getting serious at this point.
Well, it is, and we've seen it happen. We've seen it happen for so long now that I totally forgot that the kids have never really experienced Dawn's bad behavior up close and personal. This is the first time that Sally has any idea that her father's cheated.
Yeah, and of course
they're having affairs.
That's a testament really to Betty.
Yeah,
because Betty's done the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Along the way, and I mean that sincerely. I feel like parents find them when they get divorced.
Sure,
find themselves, most of them, right, in this situation where somebody's at fault,
yeah,
and it's the job of both of them to not trash the other one to the kids. Don't weaponize your children,
no.
Right? It's not her job. And Betty got close.
She dabbled with it
a little bit last season,
yeah.
Right? It was pretty gross, right? Where she was trying to blow up, to ruin their weekend with the whole, Dawn was married to someone else named Anna before. Why don't you go,
ask about her?
Yeah, why don't you go wreck their weekend now? Which wasn't okay. But then again, she knows a lot. She could have gone a lot farther and made it a lot worse, and it didn't work.
Then you realize the grand scheme of things, and it's like, wow, she's really hiding a lot.
No, she's covered a lot for him. She lied, to the government about him. But she did the right thing and never told Sally, by the way, here's why the marriage fell apart. It's not because I'm an awful wife. Mm-hmm. It's because Don was a crap husband. And it really is true. He's a serial cheater.
Yes.
And serial cheaters, I'm sorry, don't deserve to be married.
They don't.
You don't. Don did not deserve to get away with it, and he doesn't deserve to get away with it now. And I love Don, but
it's not even like it was one time. This thing constantly.
It's been.
He truly cannot help himself.
He had a girlfriend on the side when the show started.
Yeah,
we're like 10 years later almost.
That was the thing with each season. It was who was his side piece this season. You know what I mean? And it's
sure,
really, truly, like because the first season it was Menken, then it was.
It was the artist was the first one.
Millie,
something like that.
But you're right. Yeah, he had multiple affairs. It's not okay,
right?
And I'm glad this is coming. I'm not glad that Sally had to see that, but I'm glad that it's coming out to the open.
Well, the consequences, right? There's finally consequences,
it's time to face the music.
And there should be consequences of it, And it's really great that Sally finding out in no way is it on Betty, because it shouldn't be.
No.
It's not. I know that sounds weird to say, but it's not Betty's place to tell her kids that their dad is a philanderer. My question moving forward now is, how do Dawn and Sally move forward? They're going to have to get past it somehow. I don't know if it's going to be well. I don't know if I don't think they ever get back to where they were.
No,
because now she knows who her dad is in a completely different light. Right?
We've already
that's going to be something that Sally carries to the grave with her.
She's already at that age to where she's very angsty. Right?
Sure,
she's a teenager now. And watching her progression in the show has been honestly great to see how she's kind of integrated into the main cast.
Right.
One of my favorite episodes of the show is the episode where they all go into the city together and they go to the dinner.
Right.
And she catches Roger.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of my favorite episodes. And to see Sally's growth in the show and to have this in her mind, I'm more than looking forward to see how that helps develop her character. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I'm really curious how Dawn reacts to this. And I don't think it's going to be well.
I think we're headed towards complete isolation from work and his family.
I think we've been doing that for a while.
We're in a very, very dark place.
Yeah, I think that there's a real collapse coming for Don, and I don't know that he's going to have anything to turn to.
And with 2 episodes left of the season, I mean, I think something big's going to happen either in this episode or next week, because
probably next week, since a finale, I would say.
But this season's been really good as far as quote unquote blowing the show up,
right? Because
they've had a lot thrown at us this season.
Sure, they're just kind of working towards. They're circling the drain here.
Yeah, and the favors. Last week's The Favors, that episode. Everybody was doing a favor for somebody else. You know what I mean? And it's a gross favor.
It was everyone was doing something for someone else, and it was all about reciprocity, right?
Yes.
What I'll do you this favor, but there better be something in it for me, right? Yeah.
And also the Bob thing too. I feel like everything else kind of overshadowed that bit, but we kind of finally have a look inside to who Bob is.
Yeah.
And going forward with Pete, I want to know how Pete, if he keeps that to himself or if he blows up Bob's life a little bit. I hope he doesn't, because I really do like Bob as a character. I think Bob's a genuinely nice person. I
like Bob. I think he's an interesting character. I don't want him to leave the show. I don't know that he will because we haven't gotten that far with him yet. I feel like there's more to do with Bob. So Pete may try
something.
Right.
Cooking something up with Bob.
Right, for sure. And I know Pete might try and fail because that's who Pete is, because he tried it with Dawn once. You know, he tried to get Dawn, he tried to blackmail Dawn and threatened to get him cast away and thought he was going to do it.
That was like
and
peak
failed.
Dawn, though. Dawn was very important at that point in time.
Right.
Bob's like, I guess Bob got a promotion. Bob's sure up, you know what I mean? So maybe it won't work, but
well, I just don't see Pete I don't see getting rid of Bob at this point. So I don't think if Pete has the ability to get rid of Bob, I don't think he's going to.
Sure.
Because I feel like it would be such a short change of that character before we really get, he's becoming increasingly interesting every week.
Yeah.
And have him just disappear because he made a pretty tiny pass at Pete would be like, okay, so he's gay and now he's gone.
Yeah.
And that was the whole arc of Bob.
It'd be weird, right? It'd be poor writing.
We should get going.
Let's do it. If you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you might hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction of this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out the link in the description below our Patreon page. On every single show, including Mad Men, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. So by the time you see it on YouTube, we are into season 7.
Yeah, we are.
So if you want to jump over there, you can do that. You're going to have to sync and watch along on your own AMC Plus or DVDs or whatever. You're only going to see and hear us for copyright purposes. And we are watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive right now.
Yeah. By the way, when I queued this up on AMC Plus, they have a Cooking with Harry Hamlin show.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Well, then, I always love that, not because I'm ever going to watch it or anything, but to me, that just says they really liked working with him, and they brought him back for something.
I know.
I don't know why that always makes me feel good when TV networks and directors and creators keep working with the same people, because that just shows they're good people to work with, and that makes me feel good about the actors as well as the characters.
What was the last thing you saw Harry Hamlin in besides this and Clash of the Titans?
It has been a minute. Yeah. L.A. Law, I think that's what he was on.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, I was a child.
Sure.
With,
reruns and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I think Megan doesn't ever find out about the actual cheating with the woman downstairs.
At least not from Sally.
No, she won't from Sally. I don't think she will at all.
Sure.
Because because then you're just hitting us with different tiered people getting it.
I don't know what's going on, but you have to pull back on the throttle a little, honey.
Yeah. That includes the drinking.
Yeah. He just looks more and more disheveled each episode.
Yeah, he's falling apart.
I hope she gets him sober. I really do.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He looks terrible. His tie, his shirt's wrinkled.
He just looks gross every episode.
Yeah, he does. He looked gross last episode after the whole thing
when
downstairs.
He came storming in.
Yeah. He's drinking. He's drinking again.
Dang, man. He's
having a screwdriver for breakfast.
Sorry, I forgot about them.
It's fine. She's gonna be able to tell. She's like, "Are you drunk right now?"
Stay home today. Can you do that for me?
Well, he's already drinking, so yeah, stay home.
Never stopped him before. There's no way he stays home.
No, he's going to go into work and make a complete fool of himself, because I think that's where we are with him now.
It's just crazy how it just switched so fast, He went from functioning alcoholic to non-functioning.
I've had family members do it. They go from functioning for years as an alcoholic until they're not.
And we thought that was happening in season 4, and it was, but he kind of reined it in a little bit. Now it's just completely gone.
When he vomited at Roger's mother's funeral, I think that was the sign that it's here.
Whatever you fellas want.
Kenny, you need to discharge that weapon before Ray turns us into the Bataan Death March.
I would not go hunting with these psychos.
This the Chevy guys?
Yeah.
Pretend it's Ralph Nader, and let's go get a drink.
Oh my God.
Wait!
In recent years, crime in this
What?
country has...
Did they just kill Ken?
Did we start the episode off with them shooting Ken? I mean, yes, but...
Did they just kill Ken? Oh my God.
It's birdshot. It probably didn't kill him, but he's not okay.
He's got shot in the face.
Yeah.
He just pulled a Dick Cheney.
Yeah, he did. That's exactly it. Yeah. If I was Kenny, I'd never go back to Detroit, though.
If he's alive.
He's probably alive. It's birdshot. It probably...
Sure.
I mean, it was close, but not, gun against the head close. He's probably okay.
That you didn't know that she wasn't me? When you took her to the boathouse and you had your way? I'm talking to you!
Is that Rafe?
Yeah.
I would watch an episode of whatever show that is.
For sure. Bad soap opera.
I'm still shocked with the Ken thing.
He's just sitting, just look how pathetic that looks.
Yeah.
If you're too sick to talk, you can wait.
I can talk.
It concerns Sally.
Oh, nice push in. It's a great
Yeah,
shot.
he's worried that Sally told, but there's no way she did. I would put money that she didn't say.
It could have been being held hostage by that burglar, or the fight she had with her friend after Model UN, but she says she's not going again.
Wow, ever?
What do you want me to do about it?
Talk to your daughter?
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a good thing or a bad thing, but she wants to go away to a boarding school.
I'll pay for all of it.
That's your solution?
Eleanor, Henry's daughter, went there, and I think she'll interview well. And she has good manners with everyone but me.
You don't know the half of it.
Will you tell her that Megan... that we both miss her?
Of course.
Don't push too hard because she might.
She's already, like, she knows something's up.
Well, yeah. She doesn't have any idea it's that.
So he's
though.
becoming that kind of dad now. I'll just pay for it.
Yeah,
Just whatever. Go do something. And I'll pay for
whatever you want to do, I'll pay
it.
for
I
it.
can't talk to you, so I'll pay for it.
They are one dried and one fresh fruit.
Oh, these two are flirting hard, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
It's got less pucker than the cranberry, but it's heavier than the cran apple.
That means cran apple is light.
I love cran apple.
I do too, actually.
Peggy? You want to get some chowder?
Yeah.
Everyone in the office.
Well, Jeffrey, the fat one, he finally got a look at the media plan, and suddenly they're interested in TV. They've called a meeting with Sanford, who I think is a decider.
Don't do that.
He made a deal.
Because we have a conflict.
Ted has ocean spray.
You should have told them we withdrew. Adios, Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he made that deal with
I think you should call Ted. Like, I know I made this deal, but here's the new situation.
Yeah.
I'll put it up to you. Either way's okay.
business.
Yeah.
He's already bit Ted's hand so many times now.
You don't go against Ted. You give Ted the option. Hey, we'll still go forward for what you want, but here's another option with more money.
Yeah.
You pick. That's it.
And I think Ted would appreciate that.
Yeah,
It's like
I
you're
do
doing
too.
something,
And he's coming to him honestly for once.
but he won't.
No, of course not. I mean, he's still going to do what Ted wants, but...
Oh,
You would
hello.
think that Ted wants to know. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That was quite a film. You know we're doing the St. Joseph spot based on it, and Peggy and I...
I see.
He sounds like he's lying.
I am supposed to throw around a football. I should go.
After you.
I should mention Sunkissed.
Yeah,
See, I like Megan. I don't want them to get divorced.
right. Well, they don't have the right to be judgy because, let's face it, that's how they started exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Except Don wasn't married.
What time is it in California?
3 hours earlier.
I need to make a phone call.
Now what are you doing?
Is he gonna tell him to go forward, go through with it?
He shouldn't. Oh, because now he thinks he has leverage over him.
Oh my god.
Don is going to go be the worst now.
I told them that Cynthia was pregnant, and they took me out to celebrate, and they shot me. What? It's not funny. Chevy is killing me.
Yeah.
Literally.
Are you entertaining this idea? You'll be laughed out of this building and then out of advertising in general.
It'd be a difficult transition.
He's gonna leverage that.
Yeah.
Leverage his eye. Okay.
But they wouldn't leave Harry alone.
You upset, Ted? It's almost 3 times the business.
No.
It's the right thing to do.
It
but-
is.
That we have a more coherent approach to new business. That means no more surprises, Don.
You're right. I apologize.
$8 million versus the, what,
Yeah.
2 they were talking about on the other one?
Peggy should be on it. She has, juice experience now.
That makes sense.
I think he should have told him at the theater.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Have a seat.
Well, shiver me timbers.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't reluctant. But I know Ken would do the same for me.
Crocodile tears.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
quaint.
Pete, you're going to need to know where the landmines are buried.
I'd listen to the Cyclops, Pete.
Oh, my God.
I like Bob. Chevy likes Bob. And if you don't like Bob, we can find someone who does.
Yeah.
You have no leverage.
It's Bob or you're not taking Chevy, man.
This is not about my own interests. I care about Chevy. You should watch what you say to people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Congratulations. Can you believe this guy?
Bob has a dark side,
He's
doesn't
going
he?
places.
Yeah, he is. God.
He's still like
He's still a child.
He's still a little man. Like,
Yeah,
he's-
he is.
I love that. I love
Right.
that he hasn't grown.
I don't know that he ever will. We're getting towards the end of the show, and he's still the same guy from season 1
Hope he
almost.
stays that way.
Yeah.
I love the continuity.
When I was in 10th grade, my friend Annie left.
To go to Rosemary Hall. I know you told me.
Why is she being so mean to Betty? She's mad at the world, I guess, yeah.
You'll get it, Mom.
I want to be a grown-up, but I know how important my education is.
Wants a little independence.
It's a good sales pitch, even though it's not true.
There's some truth to it, but
She wants to get away from her
She's
dad.
running away, for sure.
Whom we love but can't promote because Draper doesn't like him.
So you're looking for an account man?
You know you can't work here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You crap in the office. They're not subtle.
Yeah. Is Don going to have to say something to him? Like, I don't want Don to throw it in his face, but maybe Don should be like, look, man, here's how this looks.
Rein it in a little bit.
To everybody. Right, yeah.
Fisheye lens. You're the baby. Just wah, wah. You do that.
I'm surprised he did it.
Yeah.
You need to feel the conspiracy.
You want me to come to casting?
Sure. But I'm just gonna watch. It was all her.
Oh my God. Tone it down.
I love the insert shots of the hand in the hip,
Yeah.
Don's face, figuring this all out.
So he wants to spring it on them at the pre-pro meeting after we're 10 grand out of pocket?
I don't know, Don. I don't tell him what to do.
Yeah.
So now
Fight's coming.
Don's getting pushed in a position where he has to fight with Ted and argue with Ted
Yeah.
about this.
And then Ted's gonna pull the whole sunk kiss card and be like, "What is what you did?"
Carla, could you fetch Millicent Turner from study hall?
You don't think?
What?
You say Carla.
I doubt it.
Okay. You won't heck of a coincidence.
I'm here for my passport. I'm planning a voyage. And I spoke to Manolo.
I forbade you to see him.
Forbade you.
Yeah.
Why are you still in contact with him?
I ran into him.
Where?
I don't remember.
I don't have your passport. I'm sure it's expired, like everything else you own. Josephine! You're endangering your position.
Come on, Pete. Get yourself together. You're being such a baby.
I can get you anything you want.
She keeps talking. Now, what do we want?
So these girls are just the worst then.
Yeah. It's that hazing.
Yeah.
She can smell the Cleo Dawn. Remember your first big ad? She has her heart set on it.
He's going to say something.
You're right. They're coming in tomorrow. Just back me up on this.
Of course.
I gotta go over that budget.
I hope he has his back, but I don't know.
I think it was an undermining move. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
look at
he's
that
right,
face,
but to what extent do you think this is Don jealous of the fact that
I think it is.
that
She's with
Peggy's more enamored now of Ted?
Yep.
Glenn.
Far out, Glenn.
I love Glenn.
Hey,
I'm Mandy, and this is Millicent.
hold on. Do you have a rope for him?
Millicent, go get him.
He looks like Jenny's boyfriend in Forrest Gump, doesn't he?
Kind of does, doesn't he?
Wouldn't mind a drink. Rolo brought something to smoke.
I mean, this is nice of Glenn to help her out, but these girls are just demons.
Yeah.
I need a surface.
2 boys, 3 girls. This might get awkward.
It might get very awkward.
Yeah,
Glenn loves Sally, though.
he does. Little sister ways. He's really in love with her mom.
Truly.
I'd offer to return the money, but I would file this under valuable information. I've never seen anything like this before.
I have.
Yeah. Yes. That's okay. That's crazy.
Interesting.
We truly have
I
successor to Don.
Yeah, I didn't know that was going on with Bob.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think so. But who knows? I was reincarnated.
I came back as a fish.
You should read my diary.
Yeah, she's making her move.
Yeah.
Come to my room and see my diary.
Been with lots of girls. I know what I'm doing.
One, I don't believe him.
Yeah.
You made us drive all the way over here. Suddenly you don't want to fool around? Are you frigid?
She doesn't want to make out with you, bro.
He'll be fine. I gotta go. I don't want to hitch. Are you all right?
I love that.
Nice meeting you.
I love Glenn.
Glenn's the best.
Glenn is the best.
I'm sorry.
Keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
I'm not even mad at her.
No. Of course I got your back.
Yeah.
Tell your mama I said hi. See you later.
We grew up together. You like trouble, don't you?
Yes.
Ah!
she did enjoy that, didn't she?
She did love that.
I've always liked Glenn. I like him more and more every time he pops back in.
I'm glad he's in every season too.
Yeah.
We didn't want there to be any surprises, but this is worth the money.
But this is a surprise. We agreed to 15,000 and it's 50.
Ron's going to say something, and I don't know what way he's going to push it.
15 to 50 is crazy.
Yeah.
We have enough of a history that you should trust my judgment.
No. I want a reason. I'm entitled.
Yeah, if he's head of marketing, yeah.
Well, the truth is that I don't think Ted wants to say.
I don't know where this is going.
It's a little bit personal.
Oh, man.
In fact, it's very personal.
I don't. This can go good or bad still.
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Yes, you do.
Oh my God.
Are you serious? This is how he does this?
It's okay. Tell him, Ted. You don't want to say anything?
What are you doing?
It's hard for Ted to say. But this was Frank Gleason's last idea.
Oh my God.
He's a giant D.
He did that. He did that to scare him. He did that to scare both of them.
I'm afraid we've gotten a little sentimental.
Damn, you should have told me that.
You suck, Don. He saved the day, but he's a giant a-hole.
No, he put them through the ringer on purpose there.
The best I can do is 25. I don't care if you make these characters out of cardboard or turn them into cartoons. You got to reduce the cast.
Even Jones can feel the awkwardness there.
Ted's gonna need some deodorant after that one. Man.
You're not thinking with your head.
That was your solution? Try and embarrass me?
You're embarrassing yourself.
I think Don's kind of right, but he did that. It was terrible.
Ted, you're kidding yourself. Everybody sees it. Just ask your secretary.
I mean, Don has no right to say that.
Yeah, so is yours.
Don's whole life is impaired right now.
Yeah. God. I don't feel good about that Draper victory.
No.
I don't feel good about that one.
He's right, but he did it very wrong.
That's so rude.
Yeah.
I've always wondered how you were so expertly servile, but now I know. It used to be your profession.
Oh, sod falls.
Your fraud is irrefutable.
Can I have a day's head start? Can you give me that at least?
Oh, he's criminal.
Yeah.
But I would like to think that I have learned not to tangle with your kind of animal.
He's gonna let him slide.
Where you are and who you are is not my concern.
He has learned something.
Good.
I surrender.
Okay. I was worried for a second.
Yeah.
I want you to graciously accept my apologies. Work alongside me, but not too closely. I'm off limits.
Shake his hand. No? Okay, cool.
No, but he's gonna stay working with him.
Can you find a way to get your friend out of my mother's life?
Manolo doesn't like women.
Make sure.
Make sure. I'm so happy for Bob. I'm so happy for Bob.
So basically, Don inadvertently just saved Bob.
Yeah.
Because Pete didn't want to mess with another Don.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Have to tangle with your kind of animal. Okay, Pete. At the moments when you do root for Pete, it feels good.
He's in a better mood now because he spared Bob.
Yeah.
I like that.
See, Pete, when you do good things.
Right?
She said you were curious and bright and received glowing reports from all concerned.
Oh.
She said a girl like you, coming from this family, will have plenty of choices, and she hopes you choose them.
There you go. Now maybe give your mom a break.
Yeah.
Now get me a cigarette and give me some details.
Yeah. I really like Betty.
Yeah, Betty's grown up a lot.
See, guys, we like Betty.
Yeah.
You want one, don't you?
It's not the best parenting, but all right.
It's the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
times.
My grandfather started smoking when he was like 12.
Same, yeah. Kids are built different back then, I guess.
Well, they died of cancer, but
For sure.
they did.
Yeah. So dark.
Yeah.
He's just in love with you.
Well,
Yeah.
you killed him. You killed the ad. You killed everything. You can stop now.
I don't believe he's looking out for the agency there at all. He wasn't wrong. Their flirting was obvious and problematic.
Of course.
And Ted wasn't thinking clearly.
He just went about it in such a bad
Right.
way.
The worst way. He went about it the worst way.
To say he's not that virtuous, it's like, he's not nicer than you are. Don.
Yeah.
Everybody's not so terrible on the inside.
Yeah, he was lashing out because Ted's more popular. Yeah, that was a tear someone else down to feel better at myself move
Literally.
right there. Yeah.
I really love that episode.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I did as well. I
Each
couldn't
episode just keeps getting better and better.
I couldn't figure out Don's angle there in the pitch meeting until he
so
did
weird.
it, and I was like, "This is how you." I mean, I'm with Ted there. Like, this is how you choose to address this, to embarrass him in front of a client.
For a second, I thought he was going to drop the Peggy and Ted info, and I was like,
it looked like it.
crazy.
It looked like it. Of course, I should have known that he was going to pivot away from
Of
it.
course.
At the last second, he just wanted to put fear into those
You
two.
let him sweat for a second. You did.
The right thing to have done would have to pulled Ted aside without Peggy there in a closed room and said, "Grab a drink and let's talk for a minute."
Yeah,
and say, "Look, you know."
And this episode, it was engaging the entire time. So like,
yeah,
it just makes the episode fly by, and there is a lot of leverage going on in this episode. But at the same time, there's a lot of victories. I guess.
Sure.
You don't feel great about all of them, but at the same time, it is satisfying. Like Draper's had many victories in the show where he's won over clients or he's won in a meeting. And this is the first time, really, that like we've seen it. And we're like, I don't feel good about that.
Yeah, he won, but you don't feel good about it.
No,
I mean he's done that kind of thing before, right? When he kind of with Jaguar when he blew up the pitch meeting to mess up the Jaguar ad shift,
or even when he had dinner with her and
fired him basically.
And that because like you feel good about it, and you're like, wait a second,
right?
No, what did you just do? You know, it's the consequence of the season. Like Draper is. We keep saying he's spiraling. He obviously is, but it's like he is at an all-time low now.
No, I think we're there. I think you're right. I think
it's all-time low.
I think next episode, which is I think is going to be the finale, right? Is it 13 or 14?
I checked before we started.
Oh, okay. So next is the finale.
Episode, yeah.
I think that he really hits the wall in the next episode. I think
he just makes enemy after enemy after enemy at home. In the office, like he's got all enemies. Like everyone's just like
he hasn't been doing his job, and doing his job is the one thing that's always saved him.
And it's like you can say he did his job this episode, but it's like barely. He helped, kind of.
No, he did.
He helped, but even then, he made an enemy with helping. It's like, come on, Don. Like, I don't know what his wake up call. What is going to be his moment of clarity where he snaps out of it? Like, did we ever see that?
I think he's going to be in with the partners. I think all of them. I think Cutler. I think Ted. I think Roger. I think Bert. Pete. I think they're all going to be sitting. Joan.
Yeah.
They'll all be like, "You are not getting it done."
It'd be nice if, like, okay, remember? I think it was season 2 where Don and Roger kind of had that competition with one another, and
right.
Roger throws up after Don basically beats him. Not the same thing, but it'd be interesting if Roger has a moment like that over Don, where Roger's like, "You need to wake up. Like, you're not winning at your own game anymore, dude. Like, this is not working for you anymore."
I don't think he's. I think because we're not there. I just know that Ted is not on his side anymore in any way.
No.
So I kind of feel like we're going to be in a situation. I still think the straw that breaks the camel's back is Don blows it with Chevy, and I wouldn't be surprised if in the next episode Don was drunk in a meeting or says something stupid and blows it with Chevy, and everyone's like, "We got to buy your contract and get rid of you.
I think it's
dry you out or whatever."
I think it's more likely that he's going to be drunk than say the wrong thing. Because even here, where he said all the right things, right? Like when he's in front of a client, he can say the right things, but
not when he's drunk in front of a client.
Not when he's drunk.
He's blown that before.
He has. What was it?
The Danny pitch meeting.
Yeah, that one and the Star is Born bit where he's like the tie on the beach or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, it makes you think of suicide. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so.
Can't say that, by the way.
Dang it.
Well, you're going to have to cut that out.
I'll just blur it real fast. Dang it. I hate all these rules.
We're going to get ad blocked.
Dang it. Okay, I'll blur it out. Yeah. But still, he has these moments where sheer brilliance does bleed through, but at the same time, he is his own worst enemy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He needs to get out of his own way. I think you're right. He's going to get drunk. He's going to blow it.
Yeah, he's going to blow something big, and it has to be Chevy, right?
It'd be ironic, too, if he blows it with the Chevy guys, because they seem like they're crazy.
Right.
They blinded Ken, which is a crazy stuff.
That's true. Maybe it can't be Chevy because there's probably no too far you can go with getting drunk and hanging around with Chevy.
What does he do to them?
Right. To offend those animals? Yeah.
Maybe it's Sunkissed? I don't know.
Right. He's going to do something bad. And I think it's going to be a situation where he needs somebody in his corner, and nobody's going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of one person in the office right now except Bert and Roger who would be in his corner, and it might be something that finally pushes those two over into that far edge too,
Sure.
where it's like, you're costing us
money,
right? You're threatening the firm at this point, because I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that he does.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, like, it was kind of his idea to start this firm too.
Yeah.
Now you're going to destroy it.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see also moving forward what Pete and Bob's relationship is like. I love the fact that Pete's like, I've learned not to mess with people like you. You're on my team. This is how it's going to be.
It's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah,
I think,
it is.
Pete was in a good mood after that. Do you think that Pete ever comes around on Bob and that Bob breaks him down and is like, all right, we're cool now. We're friends.
Oh, I think that was it.
Yeah.
I think they're cool now. I think he had the choice of, do I attack him like I did Don or do I not? And I'm choosing not. And I think that he's just decided to be on his side.
Well, it's funny because like we've always said like Peggy in many ways is Don's successor.
Right.
And then there's shades of it. There's shades of it in Pete. Pete's trying to be Don, but he's not quite there yet, but he's still good at his job. And the same thing can be said for Joan. Joan's also very similar to Don. Now we have a guy who's literally has the same backstory as Don.
Right.
Well, I'm different, but
right. I'm a fake person. Yeah, we don't know if it's different. We don't know who he is.
We don't know.
We've gotten Don's backstory. We're not going to get Bob's.
They told us a little bit. He was a manservant. He was a broad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very similar. And it's funny.
He's not an ad man.
So many people that are so Don's not unique. You know what I mean? He's not this god that he thinks he is, and. Yeah, that's really, really interesting for that twist to happen at the end of the season, going into the last. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this last season.
God, I think it's going to be a pretty interesting way to wrap it up. I don't know how they wrap it up, but I'm eager to see what it looks like.
I am too.
We'll catch you then, guys.
See ya.